I think there's a misconception that they'll be, quote, set for life.
We begin with continuing coverage from the I-Team, exposing life after injury for police officers hurt on the job. Good evening and thanks so much for joining us for 12 News at 10. I'm Kadiva Devine.
I'm Mark Curtis. This series of reports began after Tricia Eskridge, a 22-year Phoenix police officer, was shot while rescuing a baby during an ambush and did not receive the maximum disability payout.
Tonight, the I-Team's Bianca Buono speaks with more officers injured in the line of duty, sounding off on what they think should change.
On a sunny day in Show Low, Scott Tipton and Dan Masters share much more than stories.
I knew I wanted to be a police officer.
Both are retired Tempe police officers, and both had their careers cut short after being injured in the line of duty.
May 25th, 2010.
Huge fire tore through their Tempe apartment complex.
Masters instinctively running inside the building to help.
And that's when the building collapsed.
He was taken to the hospital with a head injury and smoke inhalation, ultimately needing spine surgery and a hip replacement. But his injuries were only part of the uphill battle he faced. He put in for medical retirement, which he had to fight the city to get.
You go from feeling like, okay, I did my job and I did it well and I would do it again, and to have someone question my integrity and my passion for my job and my dedication, that was really hard.
For Scott Tipton, his injury came a decade earlier.
He was wearing a vest at the time.
He was sent to a domestic violence call and approached the suspect who was sitting in his car. Tipton pepper sprayed the suspect and was waiting for backup.
While I was waiting, he got a .45 pistol, retrieved a .45 pistol down between the seat and the emergency brake, and he shot me. And at that time, he shot me 7 times.
The guy would have killed the officer.
But Tipton managed to return fire.
One went through my forearm, and the other went through my right armpit and exited my sternum.
Masters was one of the officers in charge of notifying Tipton's wife.
It happened to be on my 10-year wedding anniversary.
Tipton also tried to go back to work, but his injuries were too much. He submitted for an early disability retirement, which was approved.
Fortunately, I had a pretty good experience with the city. They took care of me.
But for Tipton, given he had only been an officer for 3.5 years by the time he retired, the amount he would receive meant he had to find a new career and start over.
Disability pension is basically 50% of what you made in your highest 3 years. It's not going to take care of you for the rest of your life.
I think there's a misconception that they'll be, quote, set for life.
Their candid conversation comes years after their injuries, but navigating life after injury remains difficult today. Phoenix officer Tricia Eskridge asked for the maximum disability retirement after she was shot multiple times in an ambush. She didn't get it. Instead, the mother of 4 will also receive 50% of her salary in retirement.
Today, being a police officer is much more dangerous. And the reason that the cities and the counties are having a problem finding people to work is because of that danger.
Tipton is now Justice of the Peace in Show Low, not far from where Masters spends his summers, both showing there is life after injury and life after navigating the world of medical retirement, but both hoping for change.
People should be compensated for the amount of danger they're willing to get into.
I think there needs to be that support system in place, but then also to have resources available for those that do get injured.
In Show Low, Bianca Buono, 12 News.